Some state schools open up their portals around the first of September as well,
Of the senior year.
of the senior year, right, not the junior year, right. But by admitting so many people early, then they can become hyper-selective regularly. They might admit 20% of the early applicants, and they might admit 5% of the regular applicants, again, dialing down the existence rates. It is money driven. So, we'll talk more about that as well. Lots to think about here, folks. There is, but I'm not trying to ramp it up. I'm not trying to make you anxious. But I do, you were asking the question, what can we do as parents? What mistakes do you not want to make? The mistake that I would say is not getting to know your college counselor. And assuming, frankly, I was an interim director, but a consultant first, and an interim director of a really high-end day school in Coconut Grove last year, the Ransom Everglades School. And people just assume that because what I've done, my resume, that I could just sort of twist it on and get kids in college. That used to happen 2 generations ago, not now. But are relationships important with colleges? Sure. They're still important because what we want to make sure is that the college counselor is speaking to a college admissions representative, that what they say is believed. I can't get you in, but if I have built and established a relationship of trust and truth, what I say about you will be believed. So getting to know your college counselor is crucial. A good friend of mine, a mentor quite a bit, he was at Northfield Herman School in Massachusetts, went out to Hudson, Ohio, what's the school in Ohio? Anyway, but they went internationally, but now he's in San Paulo, at the Rated School American School in San Paulo. I just posted today on Twitter that these are tough days. The admissions decisions come out. That he's a champion, he's a rock star when kids get in. And he's a pariah when kids don't get in. It must be somebody else's fault. And sometimes, it's, if you know psychology, it's transference. It's transference of anger. We don't get kids in school. We don't. But when a child doesn't get in, when a child has a phenomenally strong record and they don't get in, it must be somebody else's fault because my kid did nothing wrong. And it's not your child's fault. And your child did not do anything wrong. Colleges are admitting the people they need. They need to fill and create the community they want. One of the new buzzwords is IP, institutional priorities. Each school has an institutional priority each year, and those priorities can change. If I've got a phenomenal symphony orchestra and I lose my first chair of bassoonist one year, I'm going to look for a bassoonist the next year. But the following year, I don't need a bassoonist. Just like the football coach might need a quarterback or a defensive back one year, and he doesn't need him next year. So those kind of institutional priorities. Or it could be more international students. There could be more students of color. It could be more alumni children. It could be more people who can pay the full ticket. Institutional priorities are things that you cannot control. What the school's institutional priority is. What you can control, however, you and your child, you can choose where to apply and ultimately where to go. So the 3 pieces: apply, admit, enroll. You control 2 of the 3 pieces. There you go. That's a good thing, taking charge of the education in that regard, and thinking about things that way. And understanding that there are many, many different paths to begin our journey, to get to the same final destination. And sadly, I think it's fair to say that an undergraduate degree is not the success that it once was. It's just not there. You need more. You probably need graduate work, or you need certificate programs to demonstrate and excellence in some other things. So would it not be better, perhaps, to go to a school that's a little less competitive and be the top of the class and apply to Harvard Med School than to go to Harvard Med and be in the middle class and hope to get in Harvard Med? I posit that it does. It does matter. And when they shape their classes for Harvard Med or Yale Law, they're not trying to take the same kids from the Ivy League schools. They're trying to create a diverse community as well. Anyone ever heard of Hobart College? Hobart? Up in New York State. Good little liberal arts college. Great liberal arts college. Well, there was a student. He went there and did quite well. Went to work for Goldman Sachs. He was sitting next to someone who had graduated from Williams. Hobart, young man, didn't deny it, Williams. They're sitting at the same table, same day. Depends on what you do when you get there. And I would say that the choices that your children make on Saturday night are going to be vastly more important than the choices that they make on way to college. I'll stop, and I can ramble, I can tell stories. Sometimes people don't want to ask questions because it's more personal, but I'll hang around as long as you'd like. But if there are few other questions, I'm happy to address them.
Can you describe that common application system a little bit better?
Sure, the common application allows a student to fill out one application electronically, to ask 2 teachers to write letters of recommendation for them. The school then manages that, and the student then chooses to apply. They can build their application list as long as they like, but I don't want you to just hit submit because you can. So the balance on list is good. So it's a single application, a single main essay, and then but you've got to be very careful of the fact that in some cases, in addition to the main essay, many competitive colleges ask for other pieces of information. Sometimes a whole other essay of similar length. Sometimes it's 4 or 5 short answers.
And I'll add that every so often with juniors, as I will later this spring, and upon introducing the common application, I will dig back into my archives and I will show what the common application looked like when it was just a paper document. And the common application came about when, right about the time that Xerox machines started replacing, the old, mimeograph, And the original idea was colleges getting together saying, rather than having each of us ask all the exact same questions, and then our own application that the kids had to send away for, how about we print, one common application? Well, and then kids can go to the local Kinko's or Staples and, crank out the number of copies they need and then arrange the, all of that has changed. That's a completely different world. But that's how the common application began, and now it's all, of course, electronic.
You imagine what it was like in my office in 1990. No, I'm sorry, in 2008 was the last year, the fall, of just a paper common application. So I've got 300 seniors applying to 10 colleges each. And we have to include 2 letters of recommendation, a transcript, a school profile, counselor recommendation, all these pieces of paper for just trying to get that together. Thank God we got electronic submission in some ways, but then again, boon and bane. The issue of the kid can apply to multiple places. I had a student when you applied to every school that did not require the supplemental education. What's happening there? How do you sort it out? If you have 12 acceptances come the 1st of April, how do you decide in 3 weeks?
Don't they still have an application fee?
Right? Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, the sad part is in some of the independent school world, some of the families just don't care. $75 a pop. The sad thing for me, though, was when a family couldn't afford it, and the student and mother did it, unbeknownst to the dad. Applied to 25 colleges. Yeah, I've had kids apply to 40. It's scary. You're just doing the wrong thing. You're just doing the wrong thing by doing that. If you have a nice, reasonably balanced list of schools, it's fine. Yes, sir.
How about college size nowadays?
Mm-hmm. College size?
Yeah. You got
the
large ones, 45,000, 50,000.
To me, the sad thing is that kids all say, I want a big school in or near a city. They're gravitating to cities. They think that, I'm going to a small school now, I need something big. And the question I like to throw back is, what did you not like about small? Did you not like small classes, access to faculty, the chance to sing in the choir, write for the newspaper, and play a sport? You go to the University of Michigan and you want to write for the newspaper, it's a daily. You go to class, you go to put the paper to bed, you go home, maybe do some homework, and you go back to class and do it all again. So that bothers me a little bit. The push toward university, the push toward cities. The demise of the small liberal arts college, it's really bothersome. It really bothersome to me. The Emerson, Williams, and Swarthmore Roads, they're going to be fine. The places like where Bruce and I went, Allegheny, and Kenyon, and Denison, Ohio Wesleyan, some regular places, they're struggling to fill the beds because they're not fashionable. The kids, I want to go to a small school in the city. Really, try to find that. Only a couple. Trinity College in Hartford is one that comes quickly to mind. Maybe McAllister, St. Paul. So that's an interesting piece.
Well, one of the things that I'll remind students very frequently is, if you're in a relatively small school, as this is, let's say total enrollment here under 500 students, grades, little kids in this building, all the way through 12. So if you're really excited about a place that's big, how about you go 10 times larger than Hilton Head Prep? So there's 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay? If you want to go 100 times larger, there's 50,000. You want to go 120 times larger, there's 80,000 at a place like the University of Texas. So, how, you know, if you're looking for something substantially larger than Hilton Head Prep, that's not difficult to find in the college world. But a place that's 4 times, 8 times, 10 times the size is still a moderately sized and scaled place where some of the opportunities in terms of, you know, access to faculty and strong advising and connection within the community and chance to participate in Division III sports and, you know, arts and so forth is going to be very impressive.
Yeah, being taught by full professors on a smaller college campus as opposed to being taught by graduate students who's just there to teach one class to get their stipend so they can go and get their master's or doctoral. That's an issue, certainly for me as well. Good. We've covered a lot quickly. I'm respectful of your time, and I know how busy schedules are, but if you'd like to hang around, those who need to go, no offense taken, but I've been delighted to help a little bit. I hope you're not put off by the gray hair. I kept myself current in this profession, in fact, even more so than when I was sitting behind the desk of the director's chair, because I control my schedule. I can read journals. I read journals every morning, multiple journals, multiple websites to keep in touch with things. So it's a crazy world out there. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's really okay. There's some great places. There really are. And I wish you all the best for this process. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.